WPTV.
Welcome back to the desk. I'm here with the basketball guys to talk March Madness. Final Four is all set after the dramatic ending to the Elite Eight. What was probably one of the best games in NCAA tournament history. The Tar Heels advanced on a Luke Mays buzzer beater. Dylan, take us what happened in Memphis.
So, yeah, I mean, we'll take a look right now. Time winding down and what has been a back-and-forth game all throughout the game in Memphis. And Malik Monk comes up with a huge shot to tie the game late. And then it's Luke Mays, the uncharacteristic hero, knocking down the game winner that sends the Tar Heels moving on to the Final Four. We'll take another look at it. Perfect shot, held the follow-through, nothing but net. And I'll tell you what, guys, despite the shot, the most impressive thing to me about Luke Mays' performance is he showed up for his 8 a.m. the day after.
I think that's incredible. The guy showed up. So what do you guys make of that game?
My UNC Tar Heels, man, they beautiful performance. Luke May definitely showed up to that game. 17 points, 2 for 3 from the three-point line, 6 for 9 field goal. Josh Jackson showed up to be the star that he is on that team. He is definitely going to be the thing that puts them over the top to make it to that championship game again.
I love the narrative that last year UNC lost the national championship on a buzzer beater and they come back with another chance to be in the national championship game, getting the Final Four on a buzzer beater. They're one of the most efficient offenses in the country right now, and I'm excited to see what they could do in the Final Four.
Yeah, I want to talk about UNC's defense a little bit. They held De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk to under 15 points apiece, and that's something that nobody in the country has been able to do. Malik Monk dropped 47 points on UNC the first time these two teams squared off, and they did a great job at shutting down their playmakers.
Yeah, Dylan mentions how Monk was shut down, mostly for the first half. Started to catch fire in the second half, as we saw in the highlights. And that this game is exactly why I tune in to watch as many March Madness games as I can watch every year. The excitement of it, the storyline was built. Monk hits 2 crazy contested threes. You think Kentucky finally came back and they're going to send it to OT? Right. Luke Mays comes down there and spoils the entire party. That fantastic game.
And now we're talking about De'Aaron Fox. Now De'Aaron Fox going to be a top 5 pick in this year's draft. He's going to be a one-and-done out of Kentucky. And now we'll take a look from him, his post-game reaction after that game, after Luke Mays shot.
It was tough. We had a hell of a season. We went through that stretch and we lost those games, and everybody talked about how we looked like we didn't care, and this isn't the locker room that looked like the guys don't care. I love my brothers, man.
Now, what do you guys make of his reaction here?
I like it. I enjoy seeing the raw emotion after a heartbreaking loss by a freshman. He's obviously going to go to the NBA and make millions of dollars. He goes on to say it's going to be tough to get over, and then just starts breaking down. And part of me would like to think in his head, he's like, it's tough to get over, but probably going to make $1 million in the next 4 months, so I'll be all right. But nonetheless, I seriously, I like to see a freshman who's clearly got an NBA talent, who won't be there next year, show raw emotion the way he did.
This actually shows me a thing about De'Aaron Fox that I'm looking forward to in his future is his commitment to win. Like, you see how a loss like that just broke him down. It's devastating to see him like that. He's definitely got that winner's mentality, and it's going to push him. It's going to be that drive for him in his future career in the NBA.
Listen, I love stories like this, and you know what? The whole one-and-done culture that we see in college basketball, I have no problem with it. College isn't really for everyone, and if you have the talent, some of these guys have talent that they don't even need to go to college for the 1 year. They could go from high school straight to the NBA. At the end of the day, if you have the chance to go and make millions of dollars, go and do that. I applaud De'Aaron Fox for showing that passion, that raw emotion after the game, but let him go. Let him go make money.
Yeah, I definitely like that emotion that he shows at the end of that game, but I feel like if he really loves his brothers that much, he definitely has to stay another year. But I mean, like everyone said, he has a chance to make millions of dollars in the NBA, so I really have no problem with him going one and done.
Well, from what I'm reading online, I think this post-game might have improved his draft stock. I think a lot of guys are taking a look at how he really felt after a heartbreaking loss and how much he cares about his teammates and saying, this is a guy I want in my locker room on my team. So I applaud him, because you have guys like Ben Simmons who literally just left LSU after the basketball season was done. That shows me it's a guy who doesn't care. Or take Lonzo Ball, for example, who just said, yeah, the loss was terrible. I want to thank everybody at UCLA, the fans and everything, but I'm going to the NBA. See you later. Didn't care.
Yeah. Now, we're down to 4 teams, guys. Now, 2 of these teams have never made the Final Four before. ever, and another one of those teams hadn't made it in forever. Now, one big powerhouse school, do you think that'll play into TV ratings or anyone watching?
Well, I think it's good for the diversity of the tournament, but personally, I would like to see the powerhouses play. I would have rather the Duke, UNC, Kansas, I guess Gonzaga because they're the 1 seed. I think they belong, but I'd rather see the big names because I want to see these top prospects go off against each other. I mean, you take a look, Gonzaga's never won. USC has never won. Oregon won the first ever national title in 1939 and haven't sniffed the Final Four since. And UNC is UNC. I would rather see the powerhouses in there, but I don't know. It might just be me.
I mentioned things that I love about March Madness. One of the things was the unpredictability of the games. And the unpredictability of who's going to make it to the Final Four is showcased so well this year. And I love that powerhouse teams aren't really in the Final Four, except for UNC, of course.
Now, guys, we got time for one more question left. Let's talk about some of the games. North Carolina is playing against Oregon. Let's talk about that game.
I'm really intrigued right now. North Carolina's offense against Oregon's defense. Oregon has one of the best defenses in the country, only allowing 65 points per game. It's going to be interesting to see that dynamic, see if North Carolina can get hot like they did against Kentucky.
They're going to really have to rely on their rebounding. They have twin towers down there in the paint. And Joe Barry, his ankles are a little sore right now. He might not be at 100%, so we got to see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at the South Carolina-Gonzaga game, and I got to be honest with you, fellas. I don't think Gonzaga has what it takes to get the job done. I like South Carolina's athleticism, their defensive prowess, and they have a potential lotto pick in Sindarius Thornwell, who's getting close to 22 points a game and 7 rebounds a game, and they've got a legitimate point guard in P.J. Dozier. I'm really excited to see how they fare against Gonzaga, who's a smart, fundamental basketball team.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take Gonzaga in this game. Even though USC is playing so well this season, they beat Duke, they beat Florida, they destroyed Baylor. Gonzaga's still Gonzaga. They've only lost one game, and that was in the regular season, the last game of the regular season. Their field goal percentage is sky high. Great scoring team, great rebounding. I can't see them losing this game.
All right, great. Well, we'll have to see who wins it all. Don't go anywhere because we go from the hardwood to the diamond for some opening day baseball that starts on Sunday.